So 16 slides lang to, and may mga tips and guides lang ako on how can you score how can you win that job post. Though minsan kasi diskartehan lang talaga to eh. So mag-share ko sa inyo yung sample na kuha kong client. So may direct clients ako, and I rare in applying job po in tawag dito sa mga job posts doon sa Upwork. So ngayon lang ako bumalik, like November nag-decide na akong bumalik kasi nga parang na-boring yun ako sa last year. So I thought of looking for another job. Pero part-time lang to ah. So, ayun. Wait lang natin yung How about the others? Can you see my screen?
Yes po.
Yes, coach. Okay naman.
You can take the Wait lang natin si ha. Let me know if na siya. Tawag dito, naka-join na ba ulit?
Naka-join na po ako, coach, pero hindi ko pa rin makita.
Ay! Okay, it's okay. I will be, what do you call that one?
Okay
I'll be
po.
sharing this. Okay na? Oh, sige. So, let's start na ha. So, my topic today would be about how to apply to a certain Amazon job post, or this could work for other jobs then. So, take note nyo lang ha. So, move forward. What you should keep in mind is, initiative is the key. Ito talaga yung pinaka equipment na dapat meron ka. Kasi, walang spoon feeding sa online. So, kailangan mo like, if you have, what do you call it? If you have certain questions, if may mga something ka na hindi klaro sa'yo, you go search online. Google and YouTube are your best friends talaga. Those are the tools that you really need. So, by then, if wala ka nang mahanap dyan, you go for, punta ka sa Facebook groups, di ba? May maraming mga Facebook groups ngayon. You can, before you go ask in a certain group, you go use the search bar muna. Na, ano nyo ba yon? Alam nyo ba mag-navigate sa group page? Di ba may search bar doon? So, mag-key in ka lang ng certain topic, a certain keyword, and then you look for baka nandun na yung sagot. Kasi minsan kasi may mga groups, may mga groups na ayaw nila yung paulit-ulit na topic. So, you can, before you go ask another question or you post something in a certain, you make sure na hindi pa siya na-address. So, if ever na-address na siya, you make it, parang i-up mo din siya, at least man lang, to, or like it, or something like that, para naman mo ba, like, ma-realize, ma-recall mo na, I found the answer at this particular group, yung ganun. So, next is KISS. Always keep it short and simple. When submitting an application, just keep it short and simple, not necessarily na parang nag-ano ka ng novela. So, I don't recommend that one. Then next is address the concern of the client. So I'll be discussing that one in the next slide. So next is be confident. And then later on, the goal is to win that job. So things to remember. When applying to a job post in general, it is really important that you read and understand what the job is all about. So alam niyo, marami akong nakikita sa sa mga groups na pag may job post, ang daming nagtatanong ng how, wherein nandun na lahat. So what you need to do is avoid asking how, especially when the job is very detailed already.
Yan ang usual na nakikita ko kasi maski sa akin sa mga nag-inquire sa courses, how?
Diba? Nandun na yung instructions, how are you going to apply? Pero dami pa rin nagtatanong. So, avoid that as much as possible, because if the client was the one who posted that job post directly, automatic disregard ka na. Kasi, not attentive, hindi siya keen to detail. So, yun talaga yung So, what most clients look for is yung, aside sa hardworking, is may initiative, and then, like, mapapagaan mo yung nila, dinadala nilang mga responsibilities. So that's that's how we should be, that's how we should like that's how we should be selling ourselves ba na, hey, I can help you, ako na magdadala niya, parang ganun ba. So if you have a reference on what should your cover letter consist of, avoid copying it. Use it only as a reference or guide. So I highly don't recommend copy pasting a copy of cover letter because one, it could cause your account to get banned, especially sa Upwork. Then second, if multiple applicants do the same thing, pare-pareho kayo ng content, you are automatically disregarded by the client. 'Di ba? Kung ikaw, ay nagko-kopyahan to. Ay ano ba to, 'di ba? So like may certain question ako, may certain ano, nire-require ako sa job post ko, yet you are giving me a script na ay bakit out hindi na siya related. So turn off agad, 'di ba? So ayun. When to say it's very detailed. So these are the things you need to keep in mind. Yung nakalagay na yung what position is needed, yung responsibilities, yung rate, and the process on how to apply. So pag nandun na yun lahat, wag na mag-how. Automatically, do send the application right away. So things to remember again, when to ask further or when to ask for more questions. You are going to ask only if the job post is too vague. So not certain, like no rates is disclosed, but if it is said there TBD or to be discussed, that would work. You can also address this one in your application naman, like you pero pag una pa lang, wag muna kasi parang naman sabi nito sabi ni client, oh, di pa nga sure na topic na agad ng rates, mga ganun. So only if no rates are kasi nga minsan kasi importance of asking the rate is to save you time. Kasi if you are experienced already in that certain thing or nag-invest ka for that particular skills you have, and then ang ibabayad sa'yo is $1 per hour or 15,000 full time per month, lugi ka. Wala na nga benefits, wala pa magbabayad ka pa ng bills. So always ask, it's not bad to ask for rates if ever. So no instructions on how to apply or where to submit the application. So it's very common that you are going to ask in how are we going to apply? It's not written in your job post na how where to send it. So it's okay to ask if that is the case. So no questions at all? I believe none so far, so I'll move forward. So how to send an application? So when sending an application, it is really important that you read the job post thoroughly. The moment you understand what they need, it will be easier for you to respond back. Like for example, I need to, ako for example lang, may anak ako na kailangan ko ng tututoran. Like for example, in general lang kailangan niya ng topic about algebra. Basic algebra lang. For example, sa grade 7 na algebra. So, of course, ikaw mag-a-apply ka, sasabihin mo, oh, I've handled, nakatry ko na yung algebra na basic, yung mga, i-mention mo yung mga pointers ng about algebra. In that way, I know na alam mo yung topic all about. So it would be, so parang sa akin na madali na lang i-filter kung sino yung mga applicants na i-interviewin ko kasi they know already what the topic is all about. So I assume by then na matutulungan niyo ako. So that's the importance of reading the job post thoroughly. By the moment you understand how the job is done or how the client wants the job is done, so ma-assess mo yung sarili mo na, kaya ko ba to? Maybe kaya ko to. Bali, ito yung gagawin ko, ito ma-offer ko. So, you're going to include that one in your application then. So, walang questions regarding this? Baka may tanong kayo. Pag may tanong kayo, okay lang din na iyan nyo. Then, mamaya na lang i-discuss natin, i-address natin. So that's how you do before you send an application, you read the job post thoroughly and understand it after. So, job post example. So, ito yung na-applyan ko. So, the client says, said last time, it said, I have been selling on Amazon for years, but Amazon has deleted my full title plus bullet points on many listings. They are correct on the back end but not updating on the front end. So, ang problema ni client is na provide naman niya sa form lahat yung sa back end niya, pero nung pinisent na and how the customer sees it, walang details. So that's her problem. So after many attempts resolving with seller support, the final outcome is, in order to update the desired attribute, you would need to submit a full updated inventory file. So by entering update in the update delete column with all attributes filled in with the correct information, I'm having difficulty updating this template as required. So for those who don't have Amazon experience yet, you are most probably not sure how this work is done. So if you have enrolled in our Amazon course, I will be discussing this one. This will be included in the course. So I'll just give you this is just an example. So I will also be addressing this one. So para ma-gets nyo on why did the client get my service instead. So I'm having difficulty updating this template as required. They keep coming back to me with errors. And after on with experience with using templates successfully, as I do have a great VA, but she has not worked on this template before. So she has already a VA, pero that VA has not done this particular job. So what's the great thing about Amazon is every services that they have, like product listing, pay per click, or PPC as you know it, parang a VA is good for that particular field lang. Hindi siya dapat all around kasi pag nag all around ka, then that means malaki yan yung rate mo kasi you have all the knowledge about it. So ganun lang. Then hourly wage negotiable. So if you can get the template approved for one listing, then I can give the set price for per or other listings. May lead to future work. So yun yung guarantee niya. So back when I applied this one, parang 15 na ata or 10, 15 na mga applications nakasubmit. So apart from the main post, she also added, how many years have you been working on Amazon projects or listings? Then do you have experience in successful completing this file type? So oftentimes it includes further questions or concerns such as the following. So yun. Pero may mga job post na direct apart from the main post, she also added, how many years have you been working on Amazon projects or listings? Then do you have experience in successful completing this file type? So oftentimes it includes further questions or concerns such as the following. So yun. Pero may mga job post na direct lang, main post lang, no further questions na. So oftentimes meron talaga. So how did I send my application? So here how I did it. So hey, I saw your job post and was quite curious about what happened to your listings. I have a few questions to ask because I've been working on a third party seller too, but we never experienced that thing. However, I'd be glad to help. So right away I addressed the concern of the client, diba? That's just how you get the as for me lang ha. Kasi so far ganyan yung ginagawa ko sa ano talaga, like kung alam ko talaga, like I'm really confident to do that. I assess like parang curious na ako na, "Uy, ano nangyari diyan? Oh, so I can do that. I can help you with that." So something like that ba. Then followed by the questions that I have related with the job post. So if you are seeing it, so the first question is about the problem. Was that about after merging the? So it's just about how the what do you call that one? Solution on how to do the parent listing. So right after that, I added, I hope you don't mind answering my questions though, so I would know how to identify where the problem is coming from. Anyway, I know how to upload inventory. So this is where your no, short experience you need to add. So I know how to upload inventory in book through add products via upload method, which is what you are looking for. If you haven't resolved this yet and somehow find me qualified to give this a shot, you may contact me anytime here on Upwork. I'm looking forward to hearing from you soon. So parang, you can sound like, hey, if you're interested to get my service, then you can always count on me like that. If hindi ka pa nakakahanap, or something like that. So parang, you are giving the client the excitement to work with you. That's how I do it sometimes. So sometimes I also go like, if you haven't found the right candidate yet, I'd be glad to discuss further with you how we can work on this. So something like that. Then I'm looking forward to hearing from you soon. Thanks and keep safe. Always use keep safe, lalo na ngayon na pandemic. It really adds up a concern to the client. So parang, oh, napaka-warm naman. So, ayun. Then kind regards, your name. So walang question regarding sa sample application ko? Hello? Okay lang ba?
Yung mga magta-take ng Amazon VA na course, importante yung yung presentation ni Coach Jessa in the future para mas kayo.
Baka ang bilis-bilis ko lang ba?
Sakto lang naman, malinaw naman siya.
Okay.
Kasi
So,
yung
before,
natin, yung stream natin talagang siya, I think I need to use another tool or software para dito kasi nag-stop siya mag-isa. Sa dami na pinag-usapan natin na lang, 2 to 3 minutes lang yun na live.
so baka wala silang tanong. Hindi naman, pwedeng gamitin yung mic if you have.
Oo nga, gamitin niyo yung mic niyo.
Kasi naka-exclusive lang ako sa PowerPoint eh. So after the cover letter, the main cover letter, I also answered the questions that were thrown in the job post then. So how many years have you been working on Amazon projects and listings? I said 3 years. So do you have experience in successfully completing this file type? So yon, yung mga related na experience ko. So I said, yes, I've done this before and had successfully made it. To name a few, merging independent ASINs to one parent listing, removing child ASINs from a parent listing, and even fixing errors and missing attributes are the common things I've done using this method. So again, this particular sample, I will be covering this one in the Amazon VA course. So para na magka-idea kayo, why did the client get my service instead? So, ayan. So, application sample, the moment you send your application this way, addressing the concern of and how you can be of help, that potential client will soon respond back. Kasi, di ba, if you are like, if you are selling your services and then it's somewhat like convincing or it gives, what do you call that one? Hey, wait. Siya ko lang ha. Nawala ako.
Narinig pa kita, Jessa.
Oo, na parang nawala ako bigla.
Hindi. You're still here.
Yes, Charlene, what is this? So, move forward ako ha.
Lang siya, nag-screenshot lang siya.
Ah, okay. Ano ba yun? Oh, we will be posting this file sa group. So don't worry, you will be able to review this. So again, the moment you send your application this way, like addressing the concern and how you can be of help to lessen the burden of the client, that potential client will definitely or soon respond back. But of course, keep in mind that there are plenty of you who could be chosen. So make sure to be specific when sending an application. You don't just go like be generic. Huwag kang maging generic. You should be specific and how you can be of help, how you can help the client to unload the projects he have been bringing up. So, ayun, parang maless-less yung burden nila. Dapat, you are going to guarantee them like, hey, I can be of help na as soon as maano mo, solve ko to, yung problema mo is move forward ka na sa ibang problema mo. Parang ganun lang. Parang ganun yung datingan mo. So, make sure that when the client responds back, and he or she has so much questions to ask, make sure to transition her. Okay, we will discuss about it later, Rana. So before that, we make sure that when the client responds back and he or she has so much questions to ask, make sure to transition her to asking you, what else do you need? So parang iano mo siya like, hey, you have questions, okay. Most questions may be like, how do you think you can do this? Like, with my experience doing a product of this product uploading, product listing through via uploads, I think I can help you resolve the problem in just a few hours. So if you want me to work on this, we can move forward in doing the contract and then something like that. So if she'll ask what else do you need, you're just going to walk her through what the process needs to be done. Like for Amazon, just give me child access to your account, to your seller account, so I will be able to check your inventory to see the problem. So parang ganun lang. Then you will let her know that to get the contract started so you begin the work. So ayun. So this is what happened. So after we've discussed things. So she sent me the project. So this one, as you can see, 10 hours per week. That's how it started. Then we transitioned to 15 hours na. So this is just an example because this is what is showing on my end kasi doon sa contract. So I was accepted on November 22nd. Then the work is just about product listing. So the rate for that is just I bid $10 per hour because it's just a product listing. So it's not about the other things too. So that's why that's it. So eventually, yeah, unfortunately, I was able to land the job.